Did you know that every 2 seconds, someone, somewhere in the world has a heart attack? We've all heard about the dangers of breast cancer, which kills 1 in 31 women. However, heart attack statistics are even more concerning. In fact, heart attacks kill more women than all forms of cancer combined. According to the US National Center for Health Statistics, over 1 in 3 women die of cardiovascular disease, the most common of which is a heart attack. That's why it's really important to arm yourself with the warning signs, so that you can recognize and act upon any red flags that may point to a future heart attack. So in this video, we'll look at the top 8 warning signs of heart attacks in women. While you may have heard of some of these signs before, others may surprise you. Plus, we'll look at the 5 most important heart-friendly lifestyle habits you can apply to your life. These 5 habits drastically reduce your chances of developing heart-related problems. Before we begin, please like this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. We also have a free gift waiting for you, which is designed to help women live their healthiest, happiest lives. So stay tuned for more info on how you can claim your gift. Now, let's start with what actually happens during a heart attack and who is most at risk. We all know that the heart is a major organ that pumps blood throughout our body. It also circulates blood to the lungs, where carbon dioxide from our blood is exchanged with fresh oxygen. The heart is wrapped with coronary arteries, which keep the heart muscles supplied with oxygenated blood. The 2 main branches are the left coronary artery and the right coronary artery. These 2 vessels branch into many smaller arteries to supply the blood to every cell of the heart. As we age, small particles of cholesterol deposit and fuse inside these arteries. Unhealthy lifestyle choices speed up the process until, eventually, these deposits can build up into full blockages. When an artery blocks, blood supply to the heart muscle is cut off. If the blockage is not removed, heart muscle cells begin to die due to the lack of oxygen. This is a heart attack, otherwise known as myocardial infarction. For both men and women, heart attack risk increases with age. Other risk factors for women include high cholesterol and blood pressure, obesity, diabetes, stress and depression, lack of physical activity, smoking, menopause, pregnancy complications including high blood pressure or diabetes, family history of heart disease, and inflammatory diseases. Now, although this all sounds pretty scary, there are some positives to take away. Firstly, that thanks to improvements in medical treatments, procedures, and care plans, heart attack survivors can go on to lead full and healthy lives. And secondly, by getting to know the warning signs of a potential heart attack, it is sometimes possible to seek medical treatment before any permanent damage can occur. So, what are the 8 most important signs of a heart attack for women? We're about to find out. Here's number 8. Chest pains. The most common and most relatable sign of a heart attack is chest pain. People often describe it as a sudden squeezing tightness in the center of the chest. This lasts for a few minutes and becomes worse with physical strain, but sometimes it is far subtler than this. Although the large majority of heart attack patients do present chest pain, studies suggest that women are less likely than men to experience chest pain during a heart attack. According to a study published in the JAMA Internal Medicine Journal, 37% of women experience a heart attack without chest pain, compared to only 27% of men. Women may sometimes experience it as general chest discomfort. Therefore, they are more likely to mistake this symptom for indigestion or anxiety. If you are at risk, you may feel chest discomfort days before an actual heart attack. This sensation can radiate to other parts of the body, like the upper abdomen or shoulders. Which brings us to our next symptom, upper body pains. When you are experiencing a heart attack, nerves in the lungs and chest can get irritated, and you can feel pain in sensitive areas like the neck or jaw. This pain can be present with or without chest pain. It may hurt in a particular area or manifest as generalized discomfort in the upper body. Women are more likely than men to suffer pain in odd spots like the teeth or hands. Patients have explained it as an ache which radiates from their lower molars to their ears, neck, and shoulder muscles. So it's important to never disregard any unexplained upper body pain. Next is a heart attack warning sign that many people are unaware of: nausea. Many women mistake heart attack symptoms for acid reflux or indigestion because of nausea. In some women, it even induces vomiting. Nausea can be a sign that a heart attack is imminent. Researchers believe that this is caused by injured heart cells releasing chemicals such as lactic acid. These acids induce gastrointestinal reflux, resulting in nausea and vomiting. Physicians call it cardiogenic nausea. A study published in the American Journal of Cardiology associated nausea with the size of the infarct. It appears that a larger affected area of the heart, or larger infarct, is more likely to induce nausea. Though nausea is a rare occurrence in men, this symptom is quite common in women. Of course, nausea can simply be caused by food indigestion, but if you are at risk of a heart attack, do not ignore any symptoms. Number 5. Dizziness and sweating. Dizziness is a sensation of lightheadedness or fainting. During a heart attack, people often get unsteady or lose their sense of coordination. Some people fall because of weakness or heaviness in their legs or arms. This is because the heart cannot pump enough blood to the brain during a heart attack. This sudden drop of pressure causes faintness, known as presyncope. Following a survey of 500 women who survived a heart attack, Harvard Medical School reported that 39% of women experience lightheadedness during a heart attack. It is especially alarming if you experience sweating along with the dizziness. When the heart is put under extra pressure to supply blood to clogged areas, the body temperature can rise, and this can cause sweating. So people at risk of a heart attack often sweat profusely, especially at night. Sudden confusion, dizziness, and sweating can be a big warning sign of an impending heart attack. Number 4. Swelling. Swelling, otherwise known as edema, occurs when there is extra fluid in the body. It's a sign of worsening heart function. When the heart cannot circulate blood properly, blood accumulates in the feet, legs, and abdomen. Plus, when blood fails to reach the kidneys cannot remove excess salt. This causes a sodium buildup that retains fluid in tissues and causes generalized swelling in the body. Sometimes gravity can assist in this condition. Elevating feet above your chest reduces pressure on the heart and can relieve swelling. Swollen feet are common in the late stages of pregnancy or in people who stand or sit for a long time. However, it is unusual to get a swollen abdomen if your heart is functioning normally. Sudden weight gain along with swollen legs and abdomen can be an alarming sign of heart disease. Now, before we count down the final 3 warning signs of a heart attack, it's time to let you know how to get your free gift. It's called 25 Energy Boosting Superfoods for Women. And inside, you'll discover the little-known foods and energy-boosting tips that help to improve weight, sleep, energy, and mood. Simply click the link in the description below to claim your free gift. And here's warning sign number 3. Fatigue. Days before a heart attack strikes, you may feel stress, fatigue, and shortness of breath. A whopping 71% of women report experiencing unusual tiredness before a heart attack. Researchers have linked this pre-heart attack fatigue with the dysfunction of heart chambers. When the main chamber that pumps blood to the body is weak, the total volume of blood available to tissues is reduced. This causes unusual fatigue. Women may experience exhaustion and shortness of breath after little exertion. For instance, feeling like you've run a marathon after simply getting in your mail. Weakness is the most common but most underrated heart attack warning sign, in women especially. According to the American Heart Association, women are more likely to dismiss heart attack symptoms than men. For instance, attributing abnormal fatigue to simply being run down. So as with every symptom, it's important to listen to what your body is telling you. Number 2, irregular heartbeat. It's normal to get an occasional hiccup in your heartbeat, particularly when you're nervous or have had too much caffeine. But if you observe that your heart gets out of rhythm often, it's a strong indication of an underlying condition, especially if you notice it's lasting longer than a minute. Heart attacks can trigger palpitations that feel like an unpleasant fluttering in your heart, or feeling as if your heart is throbbing in your neck or throat. Different types of heart attacks have different rhythmic problems. Doctors can do an ECG test to diagnose irregular rhythms, otherwise known as arrhythmia. It's difficult to know if an abnormal rhythm is a sign of an impending heart attack, but arrhythmia can be serious, especially when paired with other symptoms. So, if this is something you are experiencing, you should see your doctor right away. And now, here is our final warning sign of a heart attack. Number 1, your gut feeling. Okay, it may not be a symptom you'll find in the textbooks, but believing in your intuition and reaching for help at the right time can be the most critical factor in preventing or reducing the damage caused by a heart attack. According to figures, 53% of women who have a heart attack experience some unrecognized symptoms. As we've talked about, these unspecific symptoms can make it hard to diagnose a heart problem, especially as there is strong evidence that women often ignore physical issues and delay receiving medical care. According to the American Journal of Cardiology, 21% of women perceive their heart attack symptoms as general stress or weakness. A Harvard survey of women who survived a heart attack recorded that 95% of women said they felt unwell at least a month before the heart attack. Still, only a small percentage actually receive health care before severe symptoms appear. So, when you feel like something isn't right, trust your instincts. Listen to your gut feeling and remember that even if you are wrong, there is nothing lost by getting checked out. As they say, it is much better to be safe than sorry. So that concludes the top 8 warning signs of a heart attack for women. Chest pains, upper body pains, nausea, dizziness and sweating, swelling, fatigue, irregular heartbeat, and your gut feeling. Now, let's explore the 5 most important habits to improve your heart health and reduce your risk of heart disease. Number 5. Give up smoking and limit your alcohol intake. Smoking and excessive alcohol consumption are huge contributing factors to so many diseases. For instance, lung cancer, ulcers, and, you guessed it, heart disease. Smoking is linked to 1 in 4 cases of heart attacks. This is because cigarette smoke alters blood chemistry and thickens the blood. Thick blood has a higher chance of clotting. As we know, clots can block arteries and cause various vascular diseases, including heart attacks. If you are currently a smoker, giving up the cigarettes for good can increase your life expectancy by 3 to 4%. And when it comes to your heart health, doctors also advise limiting alcohol intake. Long-term drinking weakens the heart muscles, and this can lead to heart failure. Number 4. Get quality sleep each night. Did you know that people who sleep less than 6 hours a day have a 20% higher chance of a heart attack? A heart that frequently doesn't get enough time to relax and recharge is not a healthy heart. To balance stress hormones and maintain healthy blood pressure, nothing is more important than a good night's sleep. And not just sleep, but quality sleep. So make sure you have a relaxing bedtime routine and peaceful sleeping environment to ensure you give your body the best rest possible. Number 3. Reduce stress. Mental health is directly connected to physical well-being. Stress exposes the body to unhealthy chemicals and hormones that deteriorate health in the long run, including the health of your heart. So combat stress by making some stress-reducing practices part of your everyday routine. For instance, doing some light exercise, meditating, getting out in the sunshine, talking to friends and family, reading a book, and generally taking time out for yourself. Your heart will thank you for it. Number 2, eat 80% plant-based foods. A plant-based diet can reduce the risk of developing cardiovascular diseases, including heart attacks. Plant-based foods are richer in fiber, minerals, and vitamins. Plus, they don't add cholesterol to the body like meats do. A Harvard study found that a plant-based diet paired with some healthy animal protein can significantly decrease the risk of a heart attack. So if meat is currently a dinner staple for you, consider cutting back and trying out some new vegetarian or vegan meal options. Number 1, regular exercise. Yes, you've heard it all before, but the health benefits of exercise cannot be emphasized enough. Regular exercise helps to maintain a healthy weight and can reduce cholesterol levels by 10%. In women, it reduces the chances of a heart attack by 29%. It also improves blood flow and the efficiency of the heart muscle. Regular exercise lowers the risk of pre-diabetes, weight gain, and irregular heart rhythms. And you don't need to do an intense workout at the gym every day to get the benefits. Lower intensity forms of exercise, such as walking, are also great for heart health. The main thing is that you choose something you enjoy and do it regularly. Okay, that's it for today. We hope you found this video helpful. Please hit the like button and subscribe so we can help you more in the future. And remember to grab the free gift we promised, 25 energy boosting superfoods for women. Click the link in the description below to claim your free gift. Have a healthy and amazing day.